Another question. You actually have a foreclosure date in the mortgage servicer's system. Please ask the servicer for verification, as letters from the servicer or attorney do not necessarily mean there is a date. Answer. First of all, ask the servicer to look it up in the system. If you do have a foreclosure date in their system, do not panic. When your documents are sent to the servicer, they will continue to push the foreclosure date forward in their system to give themselves time to work the file, or they will take the date out. The second way to stall foreclosure is to require the mortgage servicer to produce the note. When a homeowner is faced with a foreclosure suit, produce the note requires the lender to prove it has the actual authority to foreclose by requiring it to officially produce the original promissory note in the lawsuit. This is an option for borrowers, but less dependable. One person's experience is listed under Produce the Note on the website. Question. What is a repayment plan? This is an option offered by the servicer's foreclosure or collection department if A. Investor guidelines for a loan modification are not met, or B. The borrower shows too much income over expenses. $800+ is a general rule. Or C, you happen to communicate with the foreclosure or collections department instead of the loss mitigation or loan modification department. Note, this offer normally requires a lump sum payment or regular mortgage payment plus some of the delinquent amount, thereby causing the payment to be higher. Question, you actually have a foreclosure date in the mortgage servicer system. Please ask the servicer for verification, as letters from the servicer or attorney do not necessarily mean there is a date. Answer. First of all, ask the servicer to look it up in the system. If you do have a foreclosure date in their system, do not panic. When your documents are sent to the servicer, they will continue to push the foreclosure date forward in their system to give themselves time to work the file, or they will take the date out. Make sure to call the servicer starting 3 days before the foreclosure date to verify that the foreclosure date has been moved or stopped. Critical. Then call the attorney and make sure the attorney has been notified. Question. Do you have to be late to receive a loan modification? Answer. If you are requesting a modification under the Making Home Affordable or HAMP program, you do not have to be late on your payments. For FHA, by the guidelines, you do have to be late. But servicers tell us that they can start the trial period, which is the preliminary requirement of modifications anyway. For conventional loans following HAMP, this answer could vary per servicer. For investor-owned loans not following the HAMP program, for instance, VA loans as of this taping, December 21st, 2009, and some conventional loans, we recommend submitting your paperwork stating imminent default. You can call your servicer and ask if they handle cases in imminent default, in other words, at risk of default, considering their financial situation. Some servicers actually have imminent default areas with their own contact phone and fax numbers. They will do modifications in this case before a borrower is late. Question. Can you use unemployment income for your modification? Answer. No. Unemployment income is not eligible for the following loans: Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, and VA. For conventional, less than 1% conventional loans allow unemployment, so assume the answer is no. Question. Can you receive a loan modification if your expenses are more than your income? Answer. Easy to follow step-by-step instructions to obtain a loan modification using HAMP guidelines and traditional guidelines are listed at operationrest.org. Yes, you can receive a loan modification if your expenses are more than your income, if you have a Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac or FHA loan, or a conventional loan which is following HAMP. For conventional loans, please ask your servicer if you are being evaluated based on HAMP. The HAMP program states that expenses cannot be more than 55% over your monthly gross income, that is income before deductions. If you have a VA loan as of the day of this taping, December 21st, 2009, or a conventional loan that is not following HAMP, your monthly expenses, including mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, and household expenses have to be less than monthly net income. And that's income after deductions. A good rule of thumb is to show total monthly expenses to be less than net income by $250 to $300. We are calling this following traditional guidelines. Question: you had another plan set up with your servicer, or you have given your servicer information that is now different. You want to request a loan modification based on new information. What do? Answer: make sure you do not have any hindrances with your servicer. This is extremely important. If you have previously given your servicer information about yourself or household and it is now not correct, or you want to ensure your servicer is making a decision based on correct material, call your servicer to close out or back out any previous plans. You may have to then wait 3 to 5 days, or if you need to change numbers, ask the servicer to update your numbers. Otherwise, your new material may not be uploaded correctly or may not be uploaded at all. Question: you have signed a contract with an organization to do your modification. Do you have to proceed with them? Answer: please know that they cannot do anything beyond what you can do yourself. Sometimes third parties can actually hinder your progress. We are now seeing foreclosure happen because people were not aware of the status of their cases with their servicers. We recommend telling your servicer that you want to proceed yourself. We have provided easy-to-follow scripts at the end of our lessons, which give wording how to speak with your servicer. Question: what is the difference between Operation Restoration, NACA, and the Hope Now Alliance, the network of HUD counseling agencies who received federal funding? Answer: none of the above entities are programs. None can make decisions about your loan. None can make guarantees. They are all entities who are facilitators for loan modification or forbearance assistance, helping borrowers with documentation which is needed by the servicers, who then send it through the appropriate guidelines. Results achieved depend on the quality and thoroughness of the data presented to the servicer. Operation Restoration provides online education, encouragement, and assistance with both foreclosure prevention options, loan assistance, and sale of property. They also urge borrowers to learn the information because education empowers people to help themselves and to be aware and in control of their lives. Dependency on third parties can lead to fear and helplessness.